Emails were supposed to save us time, but it hasn't worked out like that. The reality is that for many people, reacting to incoming emails consumes an enormous and unjustifiably large amount of the working day. According to recent studies, the average office worker receives and sends in excess of 100 messages daily, and it is possible to be unhealthily dependent on emails, to be in effect addicted to them. Emails help to speed up communication, which is great, but the trouble is, because the technology makes them so easy to create and send, there are far too many of them. So, you need a strategy to control emails. One way to get on top of your emails and make your life much less difficult is the following. Refuse to get swamped by emails. Spend half a day responding to them and not get your job done. React to the emails as they arrive and deal with them proactively. And make sure that you respond in a way that reduces the role they occupy in your workday. So be proactive instead of reactive and set out to reduce the impact that emails have on your day. Douglas wants your advice. This is another exercise. He receives a large number of emails and he would like to learn a simple strategy for controlling them. What do you say to him? You have these options. Don't look at your emails every day. Ignore them for 2 or 3 days. Set out deliberately to reduce the time you spend on emails. The important thing is to react promptly to them as they arrive. Be proactive in the way you deal with your emails, rather than simply reacting to them as you receive them. Allocate more time to replying to your emails. Correct strategy for getting your emails under control is to deal with them proactively and deliberately reduce the role they have in your working life. The answer compared, add to initial information. So even if you did well, there is some more information included in the answer provided. So let us see them. Option 1. This choice is incorrect. Ignoring email is not an effective strategy. There may be important tasks that you would miss. Instead, reapportion your day so that there are defined times to filter or respond to emails. Option 2. This choice is correct. Douglas should reduce the time he spends on email. Email needs to occupy an appropriate portion of your business day. Specific time needs to be set aside to filter email. This will help reduce the time spent on it. Option 3. This choice is incorrect. Reacting promptly to every email is not an effective strategy. Many emails fall into the throwaway category. Instead, reapportion your day so that there are defined times to filter and respond to email. Option 5. This choice is correct. Douglas needs to be proactive with his email. He should choose defined periods of the data to filter and respond to email. This will help him more effectively allocate his time to these and other needs. Option 5. This choice is incorrect. More time replying to email is not an effective strategy. Not all email requires a reply. Instead, reapportion your day so that there are defined times to filter and respond to email, as we already mentioned several times. You do not need to be, and you should not allow yourself to be, at the mercy of emails. So what does being proactive involve? What do you have to do to put emails in their place and keep them there? As Nadia explains to Mike, controlling emails is not difficult. Anyone can do it. It is a matter of taking the right actions in the most helpful sequence. This is how Nadia puts the elements of her email strategy into action. First technique is to set aside time. I only deal with emails at set times of the day. I do not take any actions regarding emails for the great bulk of the time. Second technique is to minimize number. I read no more emails than I absolutely need to. One way to do this is to delete emails unread where possible. Frankly, a lot of emails fall into the throwaway category and should not be allowed to clutter up my time or my head. Third tool is to prioritize actions. I decide the actions I need to take as a result of emails and I prioritize them. Lastly, she uses a technique to minimize time. I minimize the time that each necessary reply requires. Not bad, and it makes sense. Do you have a different strategy? If so, please share with your colleagues. Once you make the decision to look at emails at times that suit you, rather than feeling pressured to read them immediately, you are already halfway to taking back control of your time. From this peculiarly invasive form of electronic communication. Immediately identifying and filtering out any email that has no value, in other words, save you the time you would otherwise spend reading it. These tasks need to be prioritized and fitted in with those things that are already in your schedule. As for replies, cut down the time you spend on each one. That way, you'll have more time for other things. Suzanne has just taken a time management course. One part of the course dealt with emails. Suzanne can remember the 4 things she must do to keep control of her time when faced with the demands of emails, but she cannot recall the order in which it is best to carry them out. And you are kindly asked to help her sequence the steps. This is the initial sequence. Set aside specific times in the day for dealing with your emails. Minimize the number you read. Delete emails unread where this is possible. Prioritize actions that need to be taken, amending your schedule as required. Minimize the time that each necessary reply requires. Take a moment to reflect, and you can pause the video briefly. In fact, and in this order, you should deal with emails at specific times, delete them unread when you can, prioritize action required because of your emails, and ensure that each reply uses as little time as possible. So, set aside specific times in the day for dealing with your emails. Is ranked the first step in the sequence. Setting aside specific times to sort and respond to emails is the first step she should take. This helps her control the email, not the other way around. Most email falls into the throwaway category. Minimize the number you read. Delete emails unread where this is possible. This is ranked the second step in the sequence. Minimizing the number Suzanne reads and deleting as many as possible unread is the second step. Filtering and discarding unnecessary email saves valuable time while ensuring that necessary responses occur. Prioritize actions that need to be taken, amending your schedule as required, is ranked the third step in the sequence. The third step that Suzanne needs to take is to prioritize her email and respond appropriately. Emails generate tasks. These tasks need to be prioritized and fit in with those things that are already in your schedule. Minimize the time that each necessary reply requires. This is ranked the fourth step in the sequence. The fourth step is to minimize the amount of time that she spends responding to email, answering only the questions or concerns addressed. That way, she'll have more time for other things. Next, we are going to continue the email control topic. You do not want to spend any more time looking at emails than it is absolutely necessary. It is also important, in terms of time management, that you make your emails fit in with the rest of your work as conveniently as possible. If you need more information, please ask. I'll be more than happy to help. Thank you for watching and see you on the next video.